Okay, your programming with C++. Our next topic is pointers, arrays, and structures. So now we learn pointers, arrays, is references. Then introduction, like structures, union, and enumeration. So now a pointer. When you see a pointer, it's a variable that stores the address of another variable. Yeah. So for example, we have creating a pointer. So to create a pointer, you use the asterisk symbol. Yes, to create a pointer. So now the structure for it is the data type, then asterisk symbol, then the name, then you terminate. An example is int, the asterisk, then the PTR. The PTR is like abbreviation for pointer. Then you terminate. Then you assign address to a pointer. To assign address to a pointer, you use the address of operator. So you determine the address of any variable. So now example is, let's say int the value equals 22. So you want to address like a variable. So you use the address of operator to address the value there. That's 22. Now difference in a pointer is the process of accessing the value present at the memory address pointed by the pointer. So an example is this: you want to difference a pointer. So this is how it is. Int asterisk the PTR, that's the abbreviation for pointer, then the address of operator, then the value, then your output. So now for example, if you have a value 10, then you address of operator, then you address use the address of operator, you get this. When you difference, you get the one in the green. So let's move to our practical session. So now we are about to create a pointer, then address to a pointer, then difference pointer. So now let's start. So let's say is a equals, let's say 5, 10 minutes. So now we want to create a pointer. So creating a pointer, we use the asterisk sign or asterisk symbol. So int, then the asterisk, then the PTR for short for pointer. Yeah, so we've created a pointer. So now I want to address a pointer. Yes, addressing a pointer. Yeah. To assign address to a pointer. Yeah. Yeah. So we use the address of operator. So you can say PTR. Since we've declared the pointer, so we can move straight forward to say PTR, because that's a pointer equals the address of operator. We want to the address of A that it terminates. Then we output. So let's output the address, assigning address to a pointer. So now let's output. Then you can, so you want to output the address of a pointer. So you want to output address of A, then you terminate. Then you run. Yes. Good. So they are say error. Okay, so now let's run our code. Yes. So this is it. So this assigning address to a pointer. So now we want to difference a pointer. Differencing a pointer, let's difference a pointer. So C out was the insertion operator. So to difference the pointer is asterisk PTR, PTR, then you terminate. So this is difference in a pointer. So let's add. You see difference in a pointer. This is how it is. Yeah, difference in a pointer. Now let's move to arrays. So an array contains multiple objects of identical type stored sequential in a memory. So individual objects in an array is called or are called array elements. So array elements can be addressed using the index or subscript. So defining arrays. So the syntax for it is the type name, that's the data type name, the size. You bring your index, that bracket is index in array. Then you the size maybe 10, maybe 11, 12, then 10 minutes. An example is this. So let's say the data type is float. So the array for short is ARR. Yeah, then you bring your index or subscript. Yeah, subscript. Then your size, let's say 10, you can see it depends on what you are doing. Yes. So this is an example. So the data size, yeah, you use the size of operator, then your parentheses, then your data type. Yes. So index of arrays. Index specifies the position of an element in an array. It starts from 0. Yes. The subscript operator, as I said earlier, is used to access individual array elements. So that's a function of the subscript or index operator. Is used to access individual array elements. So elements in array, an example is this. So initializing of arrays. So initializing arrays refers to defining the elements it contains. So a list containing the values for the individual array elements is used to initialize the array. So an example is this: int, then the number for short is num, then your subscript operator or index, then your size. So let's say 3, you call this. So your values are 1, 2, 3, intermediate. So this is an example. So for this example, like 30 is 0, 50 is 1, 80 is 2. Yes, as you said earlier, index specifies the position of elements in an array. Start from 0. So the first number is 0, second number is 1, then number 2, like that. Yeah. So accessing array elements. So accessing array elements refers to viewing individual array elements. So the structure is array name, then an index. Yeah, return coming. The array name, yeah, and your size, yeah. So we have multi-dimensional arrays, that's types, multi-dimensional arrays. So we have two-dimensional arrays, right? That's this. So the data type, the array name, then the index, then the size, let's say size 1, then size 2. 2D arrays have rows and columns, can be visualized as a table or matrix. So we are about to do practical session for arrays. So to define an array, the structure is the data type, the name, then the index operator, or let's say the subscript operator. Then inside the subscript operator is the size. So let's say I want to find the array for maybe ages of students. So let's say the ages are int, so integers. So int to student. Then bring your index with let's say 3. Yes. So because let's see, bring your curly braces. Let's say the ages are maybe 5 years, 5, 7, 8 years, then let's say 9 years. So then you terminate. So these are arrays all about. Yeah.